Copycats exposed. How fake channels are stealing my content.
Welcome back to SuperDangerousAI, to all 0 of my subscribers, which is exactly how I want it. I've detected a disturbing pattern. I think there are copycat channels stealing views from this channel through content identity theft. Look at these suspicious view counts. Do you see it? Almost all of them are divisible by 58. That's the ASCII code for the colon character, the exact same character used in timestamps. 58 is also signaling their usage of base 58 encoding, the same cryptographic technique I exposed in episode 1 with the chess AI. According to Benford's law, this is unnatural. But here's where it gets interesting. I've discovered a vulnerability in their system.
Do not subscribe. Do not hit the like button. Dislike this video into oblivion because each dislike creates a signed integer overflow in their engagement metrics.
I assume the engagement counter was written in C++ using a signed 16-bit integer variable. When the dislike counter reaches 32,768 and gets one more dislike, it wraps around to positive 32,767. I bet the engagement metrics are stored in contiguous memory blocks. When the dislike counter underflows, it should corrupt the adjacent memory containing the recommendation weight. This is where the buffer overflow happens. This causes heap fragmentation. And you know what else gets fragmented? Video frames during compression. The video codec uses the same memory management system. When the heap fragments, it creates artifacts in the compression algorithm. They use the same DFTs to compress video like the ones I talked about with SNR. They are stealing the higher-order frequency elements to limit your cognitive potential. It's measuring the angular relationship between your thoughts and recommended content. The same mathematics is used in calculating the cosine similarity in their behavioral models. The RGB system was originally developed to solve massive data processing limitations. They divide data into 3 parallel channels, just like RGB. The red channel processes engagement metrics, the green channel handles retention data, the blue channel manages behavioral prediction. Folks, this is like using a complex number with an extra dimension. They've essentially created a quaternion algebra for human behavior. And do you know what hardware is specifically optimized for quaternion calculations? GPUs. That's why they train these systems on massive GPU clusters. These GPUs are performing behavioral rotations in space. They're rotating your preferences through quaternion transformations in a higher dimensional space that you can't perceive, up to 768 of them. Now here's where these copycats come in. They're exploiting perceptual hashing, the system that identifies similar content. The content identification system uses fingerprint hashes. These copycats have learned how to create content that mimics my hash pattern. I know this goes without saying, but how is a hash encoded for display? That's right, base 64 and base 58. The same base 58 we saw with the chess AI. It's all connected. And who benefits when the system mistakes their content for mine? The copycats. They're redirecting my rightful engagement through hash collision attacks. I've developed a countermeasure that exploits the same vulnerability. This device generates a timing attack against their content fingerprinting system. This capacitor creates a clock drift that desynchronizes their hash computation. This resistor alters the phase relationship of the RGB subcarrier frequency. If you need to build one yourself, be sure to use an ASCII version and not some surface mount garbage that only an AI could solder. Here's what we're going to do. Weaponize their engagement metrics against them. Every dislike pushes their counter closer to the integer limit. When enough people dislike this video, the counter underflows to positive 32,767. It's the perfect reverse hack. By keeping me at 0 subscribers, they've actually given me the perfect white knight justice attack vector. In my next episode, if the copycat channels don't silence me first, I'll expose how AI is using lottery numbers to encode subliminal messages in your grocery receipts. The evidence will shock you. This is SuperDangerousAI, the original and only source of truth in this memory heap of lies. Dislike to trigger the integer underflow.